to serial killers, missing persons, and more.
100% he did this.
I'd go off into fantasy world.
How much more lucky can you get that you're not on death row?
You want to know what we know.
My name is Jay. This is Guilty of Crime.
What is up, everybody? How you doing today? The dedicated crime crew is here. What's up to all the mods? What's up, Rosie, Fem Dandy, Petty Mason, Sweetie Brookahire, Jack Stormo, Synth, Marilyn, Heathen 74, Kylie, Cosmos. Good to see you, Rosie, as always. Good to see you all. Hit the like button. I know you guys can be watching anything else, anywhere else, but you're here. And, well, we're covering a topic that you may or may not have seen today, but you haven't seen my take on it. So, Jennifer Soto, we're going to see her reaction for the first time. If you've seen it on another channel, we're going to watch it again. And you guys are going to be like, how can a mother like that see a picture of Maddie giving a full-on blowjob to Stephan Stearns and not even react? You guys can't tell me that. You cannot tell me that it's the medication, because when Jen has a bad birthday on another day of her interview and she says, this is the worst birthday ever, she sure knows how to react then. And then the Woody, I'm thinking Woody Harrelson, the Woody Allen thing. Wow, man. What's up, Chumba? Hi, Jay from Scotland. What's going down with you guys? So yeah, this is just like, I know I had to watch this with you. I listened to it today a little bit while I was working, and I got some key points, and I just can't believe it. What's up, Em? How you doing? Hey, crew. Yeah, Kelly, Newell, you watched it. You can't believe the officers gave her several times, Jen Soto, several times to listen to that audio, or I'm sorry, to see the video, and us listen to the audio while she sees those pictures, not video, images of Maddie and Stephan Stearns being what they call sexual, but in fact it was assault on Stephan Stearns' part. Avis, good to see you. You haven't seen it. You've been teaching all day. Well, you're going to be shocked. I don't know if you're going to be that shocked, because you know that Jen Soto has no kind of parenting or motherly instinct whatsoever. So what's up, Nicolette? She says, hi, Uncle Jay. What's going down? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hit the like button on your way in. If you're new into chat, please do subscribe and become a member, or consider it. It's going to be members only next week. If I get around to this weekend, otherwise it's going to be next week. I'll also put some members only content out as well. She deserves life without parole. I agree. Let's get into it. It's a long audio, but boy, boy, was that shocking to me. Good evening, Monica Cook says, from Michigan, first time live watcher. I love your videos. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Please do subscribe if you haven't, and hit the like button on your way in. I can only deal with one video. It's yours I choose. I'm ready to spitfire. Well, thank you, Jax Stormo. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't get to hear all of it because, well, I was working today. I caught portions of it, and I said, oh, man, I gotta, of course I gotta do that with the crime crew. So that being said, shout out to Grizzly True Crime for being a amazing content creator and putting this audio for content creators out to use. That's fantastic. All right, let's get this going.
1549 hours, Detective Acosta, located at Central Operations, conducting an interview with Jennifer Soto, and President is Detective Killis.
Are we going to the budget translate? Most likely. Okay, that hasn't started yet? I'd have to check. I do not know. I've been out here. Doing okay? Holding up all right? No, I know it's not. I was had to
Yeah, y'all. After hearing this, I really want Jen to be arrested so bad. Unfortunately, it's not against the law to play stupid about this. She plays stupid about this, and for some reason, I keep thinking that she knew.
Manager or like an assistant construction manager.
Hold on one second. Let's.
Yes, but he's actually on his way to Florida.
Okay.
He recently moved back down in December to Northport, Florida.
Okay.
His dad had offered him a job, but it fell through.
Okay.
So he's kind of stuck down.
There. Yeah, he should have kicked him out.
We are waiting for. He used to work at Disney.
Okay. What did you do at Disney?
He worked in attractions at Epcot.
Okay.
We have to wait.
What was the job that his dad was trying to get him? Do you know?
It was like construction manager or like an assistant construction manager or project manager, something like that, like an apprenticeship kind of thing.
Okay.
No.
That fell through. So we were waiting we have to wait a specific amount of time for you to reapply to Disney again.
Okay.
From when you resigned.
Right.
So we're waiting for that time for him to reapply again so that he can come back up here.
Okay. So how often does he stay at the apartment with you guys?
So he was living with us up until December.
Okay.
And then he's visited us
No, I would tell you and the rest of you, if you didn't hear this today yet, I just want you to know this is the first time they're showing Jennifer Soto the picture. So Kylie says, don't want to give spoilers, but Jen isn't quite sure if she's going to press charges. Can she think about it? Yeah, you don't need a spoiler when it's okay. I put in there first time reacting to and seeing the sex pictures of her and Stephan Stearns. She is not concerned about the sex stuff at all. She says, oh, besides the sex stuff, what about her missing? I thought the sex stuff, we can just put the sex stuff aside. That's what she says. This crime crew has always known. Jennifer Soto has known. Jay had it from the get-go. I did, and we all did. We've all been on that side, and people started to see. No, you're good, Em. I just wanted to explain it to you that she didn't give us a reaction like it was a surprise. It's like she knew. And with the whole Woody Allen thing, she definitely seems to have known.
Since December, twice or three times since then.
And how long does he usually stay for?
Anywhere from a few days to a week.
Okay. And then he goes back down there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm assuming he stays with his dad when he goes down there?
Yeah.
Okay. How long has he been in town recently?
He got into town Sunday evening.
This past Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. And he was staying with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then
They're very similar. They're both very childish. Like he loves board games, video games, arts and crafts, all that stuff.
Okay.
I'm kind of a watcher.
Now, this is February 28th, 2024, y'all, and we're going to hear a lot of the same stuff we've heard, but this is a different video. Now, when you hear her reaction, they're going to show her the pictures, and then they're going to show her again, and they show her different pictures, and she still is not moved by them. Do me a favor, hit the like button on your way in. If you guys don't have a membership, get your membership. If you can gift memberships. Anything helps. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And if we don't ask or we don't remind you, then you guys don't know. So I appreciate all your help that you've been doing all week. Thank you. And just the like button helps me.
What do you mean?
Like I won't play the games. I'll watch them play the games.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That way.
Yeah.
But he's more involved with that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Okay.
Sadie's mama, what do you mean? Don't leave. You're out of here. We see your comments. I just got started, girlfriend. Stay on.
Do they ever go off on their own? Like you kind of do your thing and the two of them do stuff together?
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever?
It's for the most part, it's the three of us doing something.
Gotcha. And then when he stays, does he sleep on the couch, separate bedroom? What's like the sleeping arrangements like?
It depends. For the most part, he would sleep upstairs in the guest room, sleep in my bedroom downstairs.
Okay.
Sometimes he would come sleep in the bed, all three of us together.
Okay.
And rarely ever would I send them upstairs to go sleep alone.
Now, I want you guys to know I'm going to debunk this I'm gonna just call her a bitch. I'm gonna debunk this bitch's lies because they have so many photos of him assaulting Maddie over the years, all the way through COVID, through 2020. Remember, the roommate, CM, she used to live there, and when she lived there, they would all three sleep in the room. When she moved out, right after she moved out, they have pictures of Stephan Stearns assaulting Maddie. 2020, everybody was home for the COVID ordeal. Maddie was being assaulted the entire time. So when she says this, she's absolutely lying. Unless Stephan Stearns was taking pictures and assaulting her in the bed right next to her or just anywhere randomly in the house, that's so not true. And hello, Sadie's mama, good to see you back. Paul, Synth Server. Yeah, this is just absolutely disgusting to me. And she does get the worst mother of the year award. Whether you believe that she is innocent or guilty, she is guilty of being a terrible mom and not protecting her daughter. All right.
Away from me because I need a good night's sleep. Because if we sleep all the three of us together,
Oh, I can only imagine.
it's a king bed, but
It's a king
it's
bed,
like
but he's
she just
Well, she's not a small baby anymore.
no, she's not. So it's just three
No.
humans on a bed is really uncomfortable, really tight.
About how often was they would go, you would send them off on their own?
I would say honestly, somewhere between, I'm going to say less than 5 times has this ever happened, right?
That's
It
fine.
hasn't been that.
And this is over the course of him visiting back and forth, correct?
5
You mean the
times?
sleeping arrangements
Yeah.
done alone?
Yeah.
No, that was including him living with us.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
hardly ever would I send them upstairs because I had that rule that she couldn't sleep alone with him. That's just me. I'm just
Right.
very,
And then you said,
Yeah, it could have
so you're
happened
pretty familiar with
downstairs.
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Whose hand does that look like to you?
Mom, good to see you. Love you. Shout out to Pearl Lopez, my mom. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Mom. Love you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Now you're going to be pissed off when you hear this mother that sees the pictures of her daughter being SA'd or assaulted many, many times while she was drugged up and doesn't have any kind of reaction. As a matter of fact, she asks if she could see the pictures again. And then when she sees the pictures again, she still doesn't react again. She says, "Oh, let me see that. Let me look a little closer." Nothing, 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 nothing.
I would say that's Stephan's.
Is that Stephan's hand?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. So you and Stephan, have you guys been sexually intimate before in the past?
Yes.
So you're aware of what like his penis looks like and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Does this look like Stephan?
There it is, y'all. He's showing her the pictures. Okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. She is disgusting. All right. First time seeing the pictures, she sees a picture of Maddie giving Stephan Stearns a blowjob, and she sees a picture of his pinky winky in going into some part of Maddie. Okay.
His penis to you?
No.
No. Okay. What about that?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that's his penis?
Might be.
Okay.
It might be.
If anything, it's not even the penis I'm recognizing, it's the things around it.
So it's the things around it that make you believe it's his penis?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have these images, and unfortunately, over the last maybe 2 or 3 years, he's been doing oral sex, vaginal sex, and things like that.
Listen
What makes you
close.
guys-
We have photos.
Photos, bitch. Photos.
Okay.
We have his phone. We were able to get into his phone. And there are some very, very unfortunate graphic pictures of him conducting very sexual acts with.
Various.
I wish I could tell you this was all a made up story, but it's not.
Yeah, lady. It's your daughter.
Did you ever suspect anything like this? No? You okay? Okay. Can I get you anything?
Maybe some water.
She's almost whispering that, folks, and then he gets her some water, or she needs some water. Who else would be, who else could be welling at the top of their lungs right now? I would. I don't even know what my reaction would be, but it wouldn't be, no. Oh, Paul, she's not mad or furious or nothing. And then she asks to see the photos again. They just told her that Stephan Stearns has been having oral and vaginal sex with her daughter. All right. That's all she knows. She doesn't know it's been since 7, 8 years old, but she will know. And she still acts like this. Diamond Girl, that's what everybody would be doing, screaming. I would try to get to him in the other room as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure he was in the other room on February 28th, also being questioned.
Some water? If you want to take it. Yeah.
How are you feeling right now?
I can't breathe.
Is this a surprise?
Aww.
Is there photos of her?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you know how we have his phone? Obviously, that's how we were able to find the photos in there.
I don't want to believe that this is true. Can I see some of that evidence?
What makes you believe that it's not?
If it's not Stephan Stearns, folks, then that means her daughter is sleeping with somebody on a regular basis and doing all of these things. She knows this man's penis for years and years and years. Holly J is a member for 3 months, that they would have to restrain me. Paul, I got your message and I will listen to the song, and tomorrow I will play it. Paul, you guys all know Paul. He wrote a song for Maddie. It's called No More Fears. I'm going to try to play it either at the end of the show today or tomorrow. It's called No More Fears. I think tomorrow I might have a little more time. Today's jam-packed, but thank you, Paul. We love you, and watch out for No More Fears. Paul is playing it, and he sent me that song. Thank you, Paul. We appreciate that. After we listen to this, we're absolutely going to want to hear a song called No More Fears for Maddie. Oh, this is so bad. Jen does have problems. She can't even be this oblivious, you say, Lena, MD. She's missing her brain. Offering Stearns up a lawyer after the reveal. You're right. What the hell? You're absolutely right. And yes, Paul, thank you.
I thought I knew him well enough.
Use your brain, lady.
You said you thought you knew him well enough?
So our goal, we want to find her. Can you think of anything of where Stephan would take her? Did they have any special hangout spots? Did they have any places that they would do together while you were at work or you had other things going on in your life?
They did everything together.
The only place they would go is hang out at home. There's no place I can think of that they've gone outside. I mean, they've gone shopping to like Target before.
Okay.
That's it? Just one time, Jen?
But anywhere else that you can think of? What are you thinking about right now?
How this can be true? How I missed the signs?
What signs are you saying you missed?
No, like I'm just saying, if there were any signs, I didn't see any.
Right. Like these are, and I'm not telling you, like, these aren't just Google images that we found. Like, these are actual images. And I don't want you to, I don't.
Not Google images.
But this investigation has taken us down this road. So wherever you think right now, we want to know so we can go get her safely.
Of course, I just have no idea.
Did Stephan ever take her back down to Newport Richie?
Newport, Florida.
Newport, Florida. I'm sorry.
Alone, no.
Alone? You guys would go together?
Yeah, or I would drive down, just hang out.
Okay. So
Actual images, Jen, of your daughter that we just showed you with Stephan Stearns. Yes, wake up. We're looking for your daughter, and TikTok as the time passes. Oh man, Barb Murray, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. This made me cry. She should not have believed Maddie. She should not have believed Maddie or cared if Maddie told her. Yeah, I think Maddie might have told her, and this was the response that she got from her mother. Thank you so much, Barb Murray. I have the song. I want you to be here when we play that song for Maddie from Paul. No more fears. Thank you. Oh man, no sense of urgency. Her daughter's out there missing, and as we know it, she's decomposing right now. We already know that, and nothing. They don't find her until what 4:30 p.m. I believe that particular day.
when Stephan would not stay at the house with you guys, where else would he stay?
Thank you. Thank
In
you.
his apartment in his house in Northport, Florida. That's it.
So
But when he would
stupid.
visit here, he would always stay in your house. He would never go get a hotel or stay at a friend's house or anything like that.
No, he's yeah.
Okay. Why did he go to Newport, Florida this morning?
This morning?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. I heard a rumor that he possibly went down there.
No.
What? Thank you so much, Marissa Fontaine, for the $1.99 and Jack Stormo for the $10. She has no idea what's going on, folks. Do you believe that? Shelly, thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker. She knew he was a liar, a thief, watched pee, had sex, and sent the little girl to sleep with him. And she lies the whole time, you guys. She lies. All right, now she's going to find out that he went down to Northport in her car. You say, I'm sure. Elizabeth Cruz says, I'm sure he asked for help and voiced it to her mom since he has all these wrong things with her. Yeah, she didn't pay attention. She tells the officers that he's a habitual liar in one sentence, and then in the next sentence, she believes him with everything. Let's keep
I don't know.
going.
Them is maybe lost in translation.
No, he didn't. We were
Okay, rewind.
in the hotel.
I'm sorry, let me correct myself. I knew this was February 28th. Maddie was out there deceased, decomposing. She wasn't found until 4:30 p.m. on 3/1. So she was found, I don't know, did 2/28 is February only go up to the 28th? Was that the next day? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I always forget how many days are in February. She was found on the 1st at 4:30. She was partially decomposed as Jen didn't have a sense of urgency. Yeah, Jen didn't want her found. That was my theory as well, that Jen didn't want her found, and she helped get Maddie out of the apartment that morning.
If anything, he stepped out to go get some Wawa
Okay.
and then came back.
How long was he
Wawa?
gone for?
Um,
Does he have a new phone since we have his, or?
I think his dad may have handed him a new phone.
Okay, do you know the phone number to that new phone?
No.
Okay. What's his dad do?
Works in real estate. I think he's a broker.
So look, we just need any information. Any.
No, I know, but there's nothing I can give you. There's nothing I can.
Did you communicate with Stephan on the new phone with your phone? No?
I just want to. I believe you. I want to believe you, but I won't believe you until I see actual.
You
Are
just
you sure
showed
you
her
want to
the-
see that?
Oh, there we go.
I'll go get it. Are you sure you want to see that?
All right, y'all. She needs to see the pictures, and this is not the first time she's going to ask. I agree. Kelly Newell, she always whispers when she lies. I agree. All right, let's listen to this, and then she's going to ask again later on in about an hour. She doesn't believe it again. All of a sudden, her mind resets, and she forgot.
Take my word of advice. I wouldn't, blow smoke up your butt and tell you, that's a fake picture. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'll be more than happy to show you those images, but I don't know if I would want to see those. But if you want to see them, that's your own prerogative.
Can you tell me what's being done in the photos?
She has a penis in her mouth. And that picture that you said that the stuff identified that Stephan's penis around her, I zoomed in on that photo because in that picture, it's in her mouth. Do you need any more water? Are you okay?
They should dump water on her head and then drown her in that same water as she's thinking about it, y'all. They just told her that. They just told her again that Stephan Stern's penis is in Maddie's mouth and she wants to see the picture and she doesn't believe it. And he's telling her, and right, Kylie, she's fine. And thank you again, yours truly, for the $10 super chat. They didn't want her to be found. That's what I've always thought. I just can't wait until I find out more if they do arrest her. I hope they arrest her.
I really thought I was coming here for the press conference, but this is not what we're here for.
I know. And it's unfortunate that, these are the details that we found, but I think it's very important now that we kind of sit back, evaluate everything, and kind of think every step of the way where Stephan has been in the past, where he be right now, because at the end of the day, we want to go get her.
Oh man, I'm going to try to get through this a little bit faster, but she said, I thought I was here for the press conference. I didn't know I was coming in for this. Man, this is just bad. A crime to remember. She's a lying bitch. Right. I thought I was here for the press conference. Well, listen, lady, the press conference is going to tell people that Stephan Stearns has been abusing her for years under your care.
Yeah, of course. Oh my God. It's just if I knew anything, I would tell you. I just have no fucking idea where you could be.
So I know
she
that.
Could be.
Say again, I'm sorry.
Or any idea where she could be. I said they, but
yeah,
he's here. Dude, was there any the video footage that was caught at the church? What exactly was seen? I've heard from other people, but I just.
Do you know much?
All right, y'all. I'm convinced here when she's, it's like she's distracting from what's happening right now. What's happening right now is Stephan Stearns has been assaulting your daughter for years. And she first says, I thought I was here for a press conference. Then she goes back to what happened at the church. What are the pictures? What is she talking about? He just told her what's happening. Then she's going to say that. What is going on? Yeah, you guys, Lisa Bayless, you should be at a loss for words. Everybody should. What is happening?
It looked like someone
what?
that walked by, but it's inconclusive.
Is that what it is?
Right. It was too grainy. The video was not. You couldn't determine who it was in the video, pretty much. So we don't know that she walked by that church.
But you know what we could see? Your daughter being abused by Stephan Stearns, and we have clear pictures of it. We have thousands of pictures of it. How about we talk about that? What? Avoidance behavior.
So the last person, Stephan.
Yeah. So we want to know because he's the last person to see her. He claims to have dropped her off at this church before school. Unfortunately,
Close to the church.
close to the church. You know, unfortunately, we know she doesn't go to school that day. You try and go pick her up. What did after Stephan dropped her off? Did he come back home? About how long was he gone for during drop off?
I want to say from 8:30 to like 10:15 because around 10:15 or 10:20 is when I got a phone call.
Did you guys hear what she said? Does she hear what they're saying? Are you serious right now?
Stating that he got home. He had gone to the vape shop,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if they weren't open or not yet. So
Mm-hmm.
he left
Okay.
and then hung out around the house and waited till I got back for my doctor's appointment.
So he came back home.
Yeah, he did come back home.
Okay.
He grabbed his phone and called me from the house at that point. He had let me know that he accidentally left his phone. He was waiting for the vape store to open, but he never opened, or something like that. And then he went back home just to give it time, and then he went back out later.
Okay. So from 8:30 to 10:15, that's when he's saying the vape shop was closed and he came back home?
I think
All right, folks, at this point, nothing that Stephan Stearns really matters, and we're looking for Maddie because she's out there and she's missing. So what he told you recently, currently, in the past, whatever he's going to tell you in the future is a lie. He's been lying to you and assaulting your daughter. How about we find her? Savage Barbie, you're right. She was working at Jen Soto was working at the wedding department of Disney, and she just started her new job as a hotel concierge at Disney at the front desk. So she's not a dumb lady. She just plays dumb. All right. But yes, I thought she worked at the wedding section of it. And we know now that she works as a concierge at one of the front desks. She never said the wedding section. That's where she must have been before. All right. A wedding planner is capable of being an idiot. A concierge has to be on point at all times. And you're absolutely right. Thank you. She was still in training, but that doesn't matter. And I'm sure they fired her.
so. Something. I mean, I know he was killing time. He does this. He'll just like to aimlessly drive around to kill time. I believe him when he says that he was killing time. Or at least I did believe him.
What's like usually, how long does it take to go do her drop off and come back?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay. So
45 50.
Thank you, Cece.
so give or take an hour.
Yeah.
So he should have been back home by like 9:30ish.
Yeah.
Okay. But then there's like 45 minutes.
She was a substitute teacher before when around the time the roommate lived there. So we know she's not a dumb lady, and she's also been trained on noticing signs of abuse. Cece, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. All of your help today counts, and every day. All right.
To 30 minutes of a gap in time there.
Yeah.
Where could he have gone?
He says he was driving around aimlessly, just killing time.
Okay. So then he comes home, let's just say around 10:15 is what you're saying. What time did you get home from your doctor's appointment?
I'm gonna say somewhere between 11, 11:20.
And then did he leave again?
Yes.
How do you know he was home? Because you got the call.
Because I got the call and I think I saw him when I got home.
Okay. And then what time did he leave again to go to the vape shop?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what time he left.
And then
Oh, actually, hold on, let me think.
do you guys have a ring at your house? A ring doorbell? Do you have any?
Now, I want you to know they weren't supposed to release the cause of death for Maddie, and they did. So will the toxicology report leak out because Maddie's a minor? Probably. And yeah, her hard size, such a pain in her. Yeah, it's like, I already told you.
Video doorbell system? Do you have any cameras in the house?
No.
October.
I'm gonna say he left around somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, because I remember looking at the time going, I don't think he's gonna be done in time running his errands to be back by 2:30 when I need to leave to go.
Okay.
And he said he ran his errands, he stopped at a few comic shops or game stores or something like that. Then he got a flat tire somewhere on 182. He doesn't remember exactly where. I remember him telling me he hurt himself changing the spare tire.
How did he hurt himself?
Something slipped while he was doing something with what's the crank that pops up that brings
The lift or
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
the
talking about.
jack?
Something slipped and his finger got caught between the frame and the jack, I think. So
Okay.
he had to pull out his finger. So I know he's got a Band-Aid on his finger right now because of that.
So what time do you leave the house to go?
2:30.
They actually do say 182 a few times, 182, and they also say 192, but they mostly say 192, which is the main stretch. I don't know if that's an error or there's a 182 that goes into the 192 because I don't know that area. Crystal Burns, thank you for becoming a new member. Now, 192 pumpkin punches. Court is coming up in October. Someone said October 14th. I didn't look at the calendar. It's in October, either the 14th. We know it's not the 19th because it's a Saturday. However, it's going to come and go probably, and Stephan's going to waive his right to be in court, and then it'll be postponed again because they do not have all the information. All right, and you got your membership back, Crystal. My mom says she's not at all concerned about finding her daughter. Not at all. That's what we're doing in this video right here, is we're looking for her daughter. Keep that in mind.
2:30.
Yeah, she gets out at 4. It takes me about 20 minutes to get to school, and then I wait about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, for the car line and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to be the first in line.
So at what point did you think, something's up?
Around 4:10 when she did not come out of school and I was the first in line. I was holding up the line. I'm the first in line, and there's cars behind me and they already have their kids.
Right.
So when I noticed she had not come out, I drove away thinking maybe I missed her. Maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up from school today because I have a new work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
What do you do for work again? I'm sorry.
I work at Walt Disney World, front desk concierge at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
I just recently, that's the biggest reason I even called Stephan, was to come help me this week with her getting her to school, helping with the dog. That's the whole reason I even called him, was to come help me.
And what car did he come up in from down there in?
And his
This is the first time we've ever heard her say that, why she called Stephan. Now, I've told you in the past that Stephan's dad said Jen called him with a sense of urgency and she wanted Stephan to come down. That's when we speculated that maybe something happened with Maddie. Maybe she was pregnant and she said, hurry up and come down. I need you to come down, get here that night. So we're hearing the first time from Jen that she asked Stephan to come down and help her with Maddie. God only knows why that lady, our potato, would need somebody to come help with her 13-year-old daughter when she had her mom that had Maddie the week before, and very capable Maddie Soto that was 13 that could shower and do everything by herself without Stephan. So this is the first time we're hearing that. Kylie says, that's my theory. I really think she was pregnant. Now, they did talk about pregnancy tests. They saw 2 pregnancy tests inside of Jen's bathroom, and Jen clearly says in this interview that she has not had sex with Stephan Stearns since 2022. Now, why would she have pregnancy tests in her bathroom? Let's think about that.
his dad's Cadillac.
Okay. All right. So you kind of get some concerns when she's not coming out.
She's not coming out, so I drove off along the same path she would have walked. I didn't see her.
2 days off.
She here yet? She goes, no. I said, oh, maybe I missed her. Maybe
Does she
still-
sometimes walk home from school
She does.
to, and then you pick her up from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't make it. So I drove back to, I think at this point I had called her best friend to ask because I went to pick her up from school and I didn't see her.
Right.
And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period.
Okay.
And I was like, can you please check with the other friends to see if she made it to her other periods?
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point I emailed her teacher.
Right. Snapchat?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. She just has the Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. So, office, you realize
What?
she's not there either. Is this when you go home?
No, I go back to the school.
Okay, Maddie's missing, everybody. Maddie's missing right now. Maddie's missing, and this is what she's talking about. She's going back on what happened in 410 and the same rehearsed BS and this and that. Your daughter's missing right now. If we don't get out there and find her right now, something really bad could happen to her, or it's already happened to her. We need to find Maddie. All right, this is what her response is.
School to go, so I drive the path again to see if I missed her. And then I go back to the school to check their attendance because
Mhm.
her friends are telling me she never made it. But when I got to the school was already closed.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove back. I think at this point I had gotten a response from one of her teachers telling me she never made it to my period. And then he checked the attendance for the rest of the day and she never made it to any of her periods.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is when I start to panic and freak out because I know something is wrong.
Yes.
Sorry, just sorry about that image.
It's okay. Take your time. What was Stephan's reaction when you?
I called him and I said, she never made it to school. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, she got dropped out. I was like, you dropped her off. She never made it to school.
Mhm.
I said, please come to the office right now. He goes, okay, I'm heading there right now. So he hauled ass came to the office
And you're driving your car, and he was driving his car.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
And
he made it to
still
the
not-
office and then we saw where she might be.
Mm-hmm.
We were both sitting there pretty upset, pretty distraught, just thinking of the worst case scenarios. Eventually we found out that they were missing.
At this point, y'all, she still doesn't think Stephan Stearns did anything. She still hasn't said it, but she is going to say, spoiler alert, that the sex stuff, we can blow the sex stuff off, but what about her missing? I know he had sex with her and all, and it's not sex, by the way. He abused her. I know they were having sex, is what she said, but what about the missing thing? I thought we were looking for her. That's what she is saying. So right now, she still doesn't believe it. She still believes that Stephan was worried about her. Does she have a pulse? I don't think so. Is she a human? Probably not.
Also 2 other missing children in the area, and that all the cops had gone to a park. So one of my family members went to the park to speak to an officer, to try to get an officer to come back to the office, and he did. And then he took a report.
Mm-hmm.
That was about 7:30, I think.
Monday night.
Yeah,
And what's Stephan's kind of demeanor been since then?
he's been absolutely a mess.
Do you think he would ever?
I don't think he would know.
Okay. Understand.
Like,
She just said no.
I believe you when you talk to me about those images.
Mhm.
Those images might be real, or they
She just said the images might be real, and now she's going to say, but I don't think he did anything to make her go missing. I don't think he hurt her. All right. Hello, Kawasaki. What's going on? This is unbelievable.
happened, but I don't believe it related to this case. I don't think.
It's been going on.
It's
been
not
going-
related. Not
Like, and I wish I could say, it's not true. It's not. I mean, we have images. We have them. I looked at them. This goes all the way back to 2022. Some of those pictures.
all right. Another thing I want you to know is those pictures date back to 2022, even though it was happening in 2020. They're going to talk about that later. He also says 2020, she stopped having sex with Stephan Stearns in 2022, which directly correlates with the pictures. Brenda P. After I heard this, I'm a little more convinced of that. I think Maddie took the pregnancy test, and that's why she and SS were upset that Saturday. There were 2 pregnancy tests in Jen's bathroom, and Jen hadn't been having sex. Yeah, why does she sigh so loudly? She's playing the victim card, y'all. She absolutely clearly said, if those pictures were real, I don't believe it's related to the case. Yeah, there's no mama bear in Jen Soto. Let's keep going.
I understand it's a lot to take in right now. I can only imagine what you're going through, but we need to know literally everything. At the end of the day, like I've told you many, many times, the sheriff's office main goal here, we want to find and bring her back home. That's what we want. But we need your help. We can only do so much. You're with her on a daily basis. You understand everything. But at the end of the day, we just need to know. Did he make any mention of going anywhere, taking her somewhere when he came into town? I know you said they like to play games together.
No, he wasn't taking her going anywhere right now.
Okay. And prior to coming up Sunday, when's the last time he's been here?
I'm gonna say it's been over a month.
Okay. Has she ever made any comments to you about sex or anything like that? Being abused or anything like that? Hold on 1 second.
Sorry, just 1 second.
1 second.
All right, now here comes the second officer. More whispering.
It's okay. Take your time. Do you need any more water? Okay.
Are they coming here to interview?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you're not gonna have to go anywhere.
I don't want to see those images, but I do. I feel like I need proof evidence, but like I'm afraid of being traumatized forever, so I'm not sure what to do.
That's okay. And the Kissimmee detective, we'll go over everything with you, okay?
This is the 3rd time that she's asked for the pictures, folks. 3rd time she's asked for the pictures. Every time they ask her a question that's uncomfortable, she lowers her voice in a whisper. I do agree, Sherry J. They mirror each other quite a bit. Michelle LeGrand, I just saw your message right now. I didn't see any other ones, but go ahead and post them down there and I'll pin them up. Thank you. I have 472 people in chat. Please do hit that like button and help me out. Let's get better content, get it faster, better guests, all that. Yeah, arrest Jen Soto now. And Michelle LeGrand, I can see you. I just didn't see your other comments.
Can I get you anything? How long you been working at Coronado Springs for?
Less than 2 weeks.
Oh, so you just started there?
Yeah.
Are you just like in training, or how does it work?
Yeah, I'm in training right now.
What'd you do before that?
I was a substitute teacher for a little bit, but for the most part, for the last few years, I've just been living off disability.
Okay.
Disability. She was there the whole time that Stephan Stearns has been assaulting Maddie. Keep that in mind. She wasn't at work. She was on disability. She'd only been working for 2 weeks. Before that, she did substitute teaching, which would be during the day when Maddie was at school. Michelle Legrand, I think Jen taught her daughter how to give a BJ. She is worried she will be exposed of her involvement. I agree with that. Absolutely. And the whole she's a watcher, I agree with that as well. I think she's just like what happened with P. Diddy recently. He'd fly in the male escorts to have relations with young women that he'd also fly in. Voyeurism, folks. Yep, he does.
I'll be right back. You okay? It's your head?
No, just a lot of anxiety. Just thinking about how I didn't know, how I didn't see anything.
Because you're an idiot.
Let's say all the sexual stuff did happen,
Let's say all the sexual stuff did happen, she just said.
or we know it happened. What if he's telling the truth about dropping her off and driving away and driving around in circles and getting to the vape shop? Is there video evidence of him in front of the vape store? Because I know there's banks around, right in that same plaza. There must, and an Amscot. There must be video of him pulling into that plaza and waiting.
What do you mean? What's your question?
If you guys have found evidence of him being in front of the store like he said he was, like it's possible that his story might be true and somebody else could have taken her. Like I'm just thinking, like, what if we're focusing, like, okay, the sex things happened, right? But what if that's completely a side thing and not having to do with this, like her missing?
Yeah.
What if
I got you.
else?
So just like Detective Khalees explained, that's why the Kissimmee detective and the Orange County detective are going to come and talk to you about it. Obviously, it's two different things that we're talking about, but they may be tied together. They may not. We're not sure. But that's why we want to talk to you and get as much information as possible. That's what the detectives are going to come and talk to you and, try to help us out and get as much information.
Am I allowed to talk to my sister right now?
Right now, just hang on for right now.
Yes, good call, Kathy Rivera. Always a good call. I love you all and the crime crew. I love you, Mom. I really do love you, Mom. And I love that you're commenting on this. Kathy Rivera says she was dead in the car. They have a picture of that. Maddie was dead in the car. I hate saying that. I hate that Maddie was a body, and I hate that she was dead in the car. But it's just the whole cold, hard facts. So him having relations with Maddie, no, you can't have sex with Maddie. She's too young. Him having sex with Maddie and it being a different thing, no, because she was dead in the car.
Until after they're done.
I think I'm at the press conference, but I'm not. Can you tell me? You weren't there. I just want to know what was said at the press conference. What did I miss?
They'll let you know. What are you worried about that you missed?
Nothing, just if there's a new piece of information that I haven't heard or something. But I know you guys are keeping me in the loop as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
I just keep hoping. Just hoping she's still out there and she's still alive. I don't think Stephan would have done anything to her.
She's not alive. She's not alive, Jen. She's dead in the car. Clark, thank you so much for the $2.99 super sticker. If anyone else wants to keep going, please do. I don't know what else she needs to hear, Mom. I'm very confused about what else she needs to hear. All I would have to hear is that one little thing that he assaulted my daughter, and I would be running to the next room to go chop his pinky winky off. I would not be sitting there talking about whatever. Do I still have a chance to not press charges? No, lady. Thank you, Scary Sherry. 1999 super chat. Giving helps my hateful feelings less hateful, but you can get your feelings out right here with us, please, because we're all feeling the same way. Thank you so much. Right? Right? I don't know what they're doing right now, but thank you, Marianne Nyra, for helping us out. 499 super sticker. What else does she want to hear? Heaven, oh, you miss so much, Heaven. So much. Jen just heard that multiple times her daughter was being assaulted. Reactions to the pictures that she hasn't quite seen yet, but yet she's still saying that what if Stephan Stearns assaulted my daughter just in a sexual way, but he would never hurt her? It could be a side thing. Come on, Jen.
The easiest way to find it's on the Colonial Drive side.
Is Colonial Drive this road right here?
It's not the one that you guys came through. It's the other one, the one that goes east to west.
He says that's where he is. What's the other?
Thank you, Kawasaki. Next.
I am apologizing now. I may ask you the same things that you've already been asked. That's just because I like to hear it for myself. Okay. And I know you've been speaking with her quite a bit. But
Thank you again, Kawasaki. And now the cops are going to dig in instead of continuing with the investigation and learning anything new. They know they're not going to learn anything new. Okay. So they're going to now bring another officer in to ask her the same damn questions. Serenity RPH. Would one of the people in chat please drop a membership link for Serenity? Join now button or link. Thank you. Yeah, you guys, I'm right with you on that. So let's listen to Jen once again talk about the same things and not have any sort of urgency to find her daughter.
we want to do what we can as soon as possible. Okay. So that's our main focus right now. All right. So, but before I get started, your first name is Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
And your last name is?
Soto.
So what's your telephone number?
718
Okay.
938
Okay.
1553.
And you live,
They redact her address, but not her number.
what apartment number is that?
Building.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, and once again, I apologize. So on Monday, gone to school. Is that right? Okay. So tell me how that morning went. Actually, let's go the night prior. So
All right. So before we get into this evil lady, and this is why, again, I love the crime crew. What's up, Steve Stevenson? I love having dudes in chat. Steve's, okay. I got distracted by Steve Stevenson. What can't Jen risk? I want to tell you all, this is all a lie when she tells the officers that Maddie always sleeps in her bed all the time, most of the time. Evil lady's right. She actually doesn't sleep in her bed because she tells the officers that she sleeps in her bed, and then they look at her text messages that say we shouldn't have her sleep in the bed. I can't risk it. All right. So let's go. And Paul, I'm sure they can throw this bitch. I'm waiting for Stephan and his lawyer to throw her under the bus. I think he's going to. So do I, Paul. Papa Paul, love you.
So night prior, she had a birthday party. I couldn't be there because I was at work.
where do you work at?
Disney World. I'm front desk at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
She had a birthday party. She had a good time. She spent the entire time with my family. Later that evening around 8:30, my sister dropped her off at my house. And she started getting ready for bed, or doing her nighttime routine, which is take her meds and get in the shower. About 10 minutes after she arrived, Stephan arrived. And he let me know that she was doing what she was supposed to be doing.
Yep. Right, Hellcat. You're right.
He arrived. He made sure she was doing what she was needed to be doing. I got home around 10:30 and saw that she was almost ready for bed. I ate. We talked for a little bit. Asked how the birthday party was to show me her gifts, how everything went. And then she went to bed.
And this is around, you said around 10:30 she went to bed?
Around 11.
11, okay.
At this point, I sent them. We have 2 bedrooms. We're a 4-bedroom townhouse, but there's a bedroom and a guest bedroom.
Okay.
I sent them upstairs to the guest bedroom because I had not slept well the night before. I had forgotten my psychiatric meds and I was feeling off. I was not feeling okay. So when I got home from work, I said, guys, I need a good night's sleep. They all wanted to sleep in my bed, all 3 of us together.
Okay. Is that normal?
Yeah, for us to do that, yeah.
Okay.
Lie.
When he sleeps with me,
Mm-hmm.
if he's around, he'll sleep upstairs sometimes in the guest bedroom or with us in our bed.
Mm-hmm.
But the 3 of us on my bed is pretty uncomfortable. It's a king. Sleeps like a monkey and she just kicks and punches.
1 or 2, I know.
Yeah. Chill up on one side and wake up on the other. It's just, yeah. So I asked them to sleep upstairs that night to give me a good night's sleep. And they said, okay, they would. And from what as far as I'm aware, they went upstairs. They went to sleep. I was woken up around, I want to say 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday by Stephan trying to put the leash on the dog to walk him. And I got up to try to help him with it, but Stephan got it and walked him and told me to go back to bed. So I went back to bed.
Okay.
Stephan never mentioned that, folks. He never mentioned that in his interview about the dog. So I do wonder about the dog. She is going off script, Sherry J. There was a dog leash around Maddie. We see that in the front seat of where Maddie was slumped over. And I want you to know that Jen Soto's dad, Juan, owns that condo, and it probably will go up for sale at some point very soon. Yeah, so nonchalant about the sleeping arrangements. Just like Stephan Stearns, he told that whole story about him and Maddie having snuggle cuddle time. And, you know, I did the nighttime routine and gave her meds. What he really meant was I was assaulting her and drugging her and making her take a shower for my pleasure. That's what he meant to say. And what she's meaning to say is I helped Stephan Stearns get Maddie out of the house that morning.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who because I do have roommates and they're up at all hours. So I heard somebody in the kitchen.
There was a dog leash on the front passenger seat in the car, and Maddie was up I speculate that the dog leash was around Maddie to keep her held up in the seat because she was slumped over, like with her face slumped over, but her body was still up. So when you see those pictures, yeah, the whole dog thing was taking him out, was taking Maddie out, in my opinion. Yeah, I believe that too.
I soon leave for school. On her nightstand, I know she walked into the kitchen, into her bedroom to get ready and all that because she left her phone on her dresser in her bedroom. And I know she did that while she was getting ready that morning.
Now, what is considered her bedroom? Where?
In the living room.
Okay.
We've got like a little wall partition,
Mhm.
and she's got a bedroom in the living room. It's got a bed, a dresser, a desk, and a TV. She doesn't sleep there though. She just hangs out there during the day. That's her space.
Mhm.
She'll hang out there.
Again, her daughter's missing, folks, and this is what she's talking about. For all of you that have a separate idea, or you think that Jen Soto had nothing to do with the unaliving of her, or that she didn't know about the essaying, hey, all opinions are welcome here. I won't argue with you, but I will tell you, as a mother and a mama bear, no matter what she says at this point, because she did send Maddie to bed with Stephan so many nights, that night included, and we see thousands of pictures of him assaulting Maddie from the time she was 7, 8 years old. I give her no grace. So whatever she did, in my opinion, she committed a crime and she neglected that little girl. But all opinions are welcome. We will not fight in here. Gray, I see Gray in different chats. Good to see you.
But yeah, she got ready, supposedly, and they were off. They left to school early. I'm not sure what time they left.
What time does her school start? Do you know?
She's got to be at school at the latest by 9:28.
Do you know what time her school starts?
9:28.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
From what I was told, he dropped her off somewhere between 8:30 and 8:45, or somewhere along that line, around that time.
And Stephan told you this?
Actually, that timeline might be from what the cameras, the church.
She's so stupid right now. She keeps going by that timeline of the cameras. Your daughter's missing, Teresa or Teresa. Thank you so much. To me, the mods, rest in peace. Eternal peace, Maddie. Absolutely. Paul, she makes me sick too. I just can't. I have such a beautiful little angel here at home, and I just love her so much, and I cannot imagine any of this. So to me, Jennifer Soto is guilty of neglect. Biggest thing ever is the neglect. She wasn't working. She had nothing else to do than to watch her daughter, and this still happened. And then we hear her saying that even though he did the sex stuff, she doesn't even know if she wants to press charges, y'all.
Cameras you guys have told me about, but we don't know if that was really her, so I'm not sure about the timeline anymore. He said he went, I think he had given me a timeline of, he dropped her off somewhere between 8:20 and 8:45, but he's not sure exactly what time.
Okay.
He said they were making good time that morning. He was like super impressed with how quickly she got up, got ready, and was out the door. I know she wanted to meet up with her friends at school early, and I know
Did she tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know she wanted McDonald's early that morning for breakfast.
Mhm.
But Stephan said,
Listen, Jen Soto, nothing he said is true. Gray says she knows everything. Nothing Stephan Stern said that morning is true. Stop going over the timeline. Your daughter's missing and you need to find her. My daughter is home right now. I picked her up early so that I don't get a text message saying that my little pinky toe hurts or my fingernail. So I brought her home, fed her, and she's chilling in her room. Thanks for asking, Carrie and others.
she was asleep in the car for the majority of the car ride, and he kept trying to talk to her and talk her into getting McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
But she kept saying,
No,
no,
he
just drop me
didn't.
off. So this is where she got dropped off somewhere on the road. close to school, and I don't know what happened to her. But this is what I was being told happened that morning.
Gotcha. And then you went to pick her up after school, is that right?
I left the house at 2:30. School is not let out till 4 o'clock, but it takes me about 20 minutes to drive, 25 minutes.
Mhm.
And then I wait that hour outside. I like being the first car in line. I like being the first.
So stupid.
Through the line, if you know.
Exactly. So I like, I waited that hour and something minutes for 4 o'clock to show. 4:04 is when the bell rings. Waited there for until like 4:10 and she didn't come out. That only sounds like a few minutes, but in those few minutes, the cars behind me got full of children. I'm the first in line, so there's cars behind me already picking up the children. They're waiting to get out. So I felt pressured and rushed. So I decided to drive away. I'm like, she's not here, something's wrong. Or maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up. Maybe she just decided to walk. She'll do this sometimes. This is pretty close to the school. So I
Keep in mind, folks, knowing what she knows now, seeing Maddie slumped over in the car and the pictures of the sex acts that are not sex acts, they're assault, in fact. Seeing that, she's still trying to talk about the timeline and where Maddie went, etc. Yeah, babe, by you, baby. I would be crying, probably wouldn't be able to speak. And she very specific on that script, y'all. Very specific. What's up, Adam Drives Helen? Where you at? You okay? All right. And good to see you, Hellcat. Or no, Cat, Stormcat. Storm and Hellcat. Good to see you both.
decided to drive along the path that she would have walked. And I asked, has she made it? And they said no. And I said, okay, let me drive the path again and see if I see her along the way. Drive along the path, I park on the road where she would be walking, and I waited there for about 15 minutes and nothing. She didn't appear. At this point, I returned back to the office. She should have been at the office by this point. It's like 4:35.
Mm-hmm.
She did not appear. So at this point, I call her best friend and I asked her best friend, with you, I don't think I told her I was coming to pick her up, but she's not walking or she's not at school. And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? She got dropped off. And she's like, she never made it to first or second period. I said, can you please check with your other friends to see if she made it to her other periods? At this point, I start panicking and I drive back to the school to check her attendance, but the school office had already closed. So
What time was this?
This is around 4:45.
Okay.
You guys are experts in this case just as much as I am now that you've been here and been on other channels. I'm almost positive Stephan Stearns was in the other room at the same time. He was being interrogated. She was being questioned. They're a lot friendlier with her than they are with Stephan Stearns. Now, we see later on something different. What's going on with Adam, folks? Somebody says Adam drives Helen. Is he okay? Let me know in chat. I don't know what's going on, but I would get to that other room where Stephan Stearns is. I don't understand the deep sign. I feel like she's just sticking to the story, y'all. Yeah, he was arrested that day. We watched that yesterday. All right.
And the school was closed already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they closed at like 4:30.
Mm.
I went to the school, I rang the bell, they were closed, nobody was opening the door. So we decided to leave, but I had already emailed one of her teachers. I think when I had spoke to her best friend, I had emailed the teacher. The teacher confirmed that she never made it to his period and never made it to any of her other periods that day. He checked her attendance for the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
When he told me this, I realized something was really wrong. It was truly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Something is wrong still.
A panic attack.
And what time was this?
I want to say around 4:45, 4:50.
Okay.
And yeah, I called Stephan. I asked Stephan, like, did you drop her off? He said, yeah, why? I'm like, she never made it to school. He's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. Just, she's not here. She's not here. And he drove immediately to the office and then waited with me. I was having a panic attack. trying to stay calm, but it was really hard.
I don't think so.
I think we waited about 3 hours for the police to show up. I think 2 children had gone missing around the same time in a park nearby, so all the cops were answering that call. Eventually a family member went over to the park and spoke to an officer and let him know, hey, there's another.
Now remember, this is a new audio, all right? Yeah, Veronica Villanova, nothing's ever her fault, mad sleep, and get money from the government. Sign the petition, folks. I'm going to get on here and gift 5 memberships, so make sure you're opted in. And anybody else that wants to gift some memberships today, please do. We're going to have a members only next week, and I'll also drop an exclusive video before now and then for members only. So thank you. Stormcat, did they ever find the other girl? That's a good question. That is a very good question. And soon we'll be covering other cases. I'd like to know about that. There was another girl, possibly 2 missing. That's what took them so long to get to. So, all right, turn your opt-in for gifts. I'm going to give some memberships as we're listening to this. So if you cannot afford a membership, hopefully you can get one from a gifted membership. Now I can't pick anybody. It's just kind of random. So love you guys, and let's hope you get one.
Another missing child, please come take the report. So they followed him and brought him to the office, and then he took down our statements and made the report, and then the process started. They were there for, I'm gonna say 1 to 2 hours, and then it was time to go home.
Okay. So ever since then, since the officer took the report, or the deputy took the report, have you been looking for? Have you been driving around?
I've been staying at home just in case she comes home.
Okay.
My family, I have a huge family.
Mhm.
They've been driving around. They've been walking the walking path behind the school. They've been handing out. They've handed out like 1,000 flyers already.
Mhm.
They're the ones who contacted the news.
Has she gone missing before?
Never.
She never ran away, even if it's for a couple hours or anything like that? Okay.
You should have.
So when you physically or talked to her, it was the night before.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. And how was she then? What was her demeanor?
Happy. She had the best birthday party.
Now we're going back to her having the best birthday party, y'all. That poor angel. Please say a prayer. And Silvana Victoria, thank you so much for the $50 super sticker. I also just gifted 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. You guys are amazing. You're amazing all the time. Thank you so much. You can turn in your opt-in in the settings. Let's keep going. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Silvana Victoria.
She loved her presents, her gifts. She got a lot of money. So she was showing me all that. Yeah.
Okay. So how was her sleeping habits? I know you said she was up and at 'em in the morning. Is she, because some kids like to sleep all day, some kids get up and then they're ready to go. What's she like?
So when she sleeps with me and I have to wake her up, she's difficult. She'll snooze 3-4 times. We'll hit the alarm a few times, let it ring, and then go back to sleep. And then let it ring and then go back to sleep. When it's her waking up herself and she sets her own alarms on her phone, which is what I think she did that morning, she usually gets up pretty quickly. She doesn't snooze. She'll get up, she'll immediately go do what she needs to do. And then she'll either lay back down in bed and snooze until it's time to go, or just be ready to go.
Do you take her to school?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you take her to school, where do you drop her off at?
At the school.
Okay, so you pull in through the line and drop her off at the front and stuff like
Yeah.
that. When she goes to school, when you take her to school, is she talkative in the car, or what is she?
All right, y'all. Real quickly, everybody's worried about our brother. Adam drives Helen. He is okay. I texted him because we don't want to be worried about him. And he is really just digging into work again and making his, doing the stuff he does, his videos and all of the good things that brother Adam does. So Adam's doing fine. He just messaged me back and says hello to everybody. So thank you. That's what he's doing right now. He's digging into work and, doing his thing. So he loves you all, whoever's looking for Adam. Thank you for being concerned. We all appreciate that. Thank you, Silvana. I love your name, Silvana Victoria.
Do on the way there.
Not really. She'll be on her phone. We'll listen to the radio station, or listen to some Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's pretty quiet. Or she'll be snoozing, sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to Stephan, was Stephan at the birthday party?
No.
No, okay.
He was traveling from Northport, Florida to Kissimmee,
Where's Northport?
Sarasota County.
Oh, okay. And he got here when?
So if she got dropped off around 9:30, 8:30, he probably showed up around 8:45.
Did you know he was coming?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys hang out? What did you guys do that night? Okay.
What did we do that night? I only spent about 30 minutes with them because I had to go to sleep. I had to take my meds and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that they need to go to sleep because they have to go to school, or she had to go to school. I usually like making bedtime around 10:30. So when I got there and she was still up, I understood why she was still up. She was waiting for me and wanted to show me all her presents and stuff. But by 11, I was just like, you guys need to go to bed. It's late. Like, it's super late.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
Sorry. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Is it normal if he comes to see you that he or
And
Yes, it's normal for him to sleep upstairs in the guest bedroom.
okay? What makes it different from when he sleeps with, or the three of you, or upstairs by himself?
It all depends on the circumstance of what's going on. For the most part, if it's a school week and school, I send them upstairs because I know that my alarms are going to go off multiple times super early in the morning and I don't want to wake him up. Difficult to wake up, so I have to.
earlier she said she never does that, and now she's saying that she sends them upstairs. Man, this is just absolutely. And Kylie, we can take a look at some point in the Micah Miller case. Feds are investigating. They don't think she did it herself. Right. I've caught up on that and I haven't seen anything new so far. But I am wondering about the other children that happens to, and they're assaulted and we don't ever find out. Very sad. All right, Jen and her slumber parties, right? Horror slumber parties at that.
To constantly be talking to her, shaking her. So I, for the most part, it's downstairs and he goes upstairs.
What made it different that night? For
The fact that I forgot my bipolar meds Saturday night
Mhm.
and I was not acting normal Sunday. And I realized Sunday night, oh my God, I forgot my meds Saturday night, which is why I've been so freaking weird today.
Mhm.
I'm like, I need to take these meds and I need to sleep. I need like a good night's sleep. I can't wake up early in the morning. I can't take her. I can't do any of that. Like, I need you to do it.
Mhm.
That's primarily the reason I told him to come from Northport, Florida to help me was this week because of training at work.
I noticed that.
I needed help. I needed support. So I invited him up to help me with that.
CC, sadly, I noticed that too.
Did you work on Monday?
Right?
No.
Who says that?
You were off. Okay.
She's off.
So Monday during the day, what would you do throughout the day?
I had a blood work appointment at 10:15, 10:30. That took a little while to be seen.
Did Stephan go with you?
He was not home. He had not gotten home by the time I left.
Do you remember what time you left?
Around, I think 9:30.
And where was your blood work at?
About 15 minutes away.
Which way? Towards Kissimmee or Orlando?
Towards Orlando. It's on the border of Kissimmee, Orlando. It's in the loop. It's across the street from the loop. There's a doctor plaza there. There's a LabCorp there. So I went to LabCorp and I got blood work done.
Okay.
Waited there for a while. Then I must have gotten home sometime between, I would say 11:15, 11:30, something like that, or from 11 to 11:30 sometime. And he was there. But before that, while I was at my blood work appointment, he actually called me. He said, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I left my phone at home. I was running some errands. This morning."
That one I gotta pause it for microwave cheese with your picture of Jen Potato Soto. Says Jen takes her meds before she takes her meds, and then she takes some more meds. Kind of like, then I got high. Then I got high. I was gonna take Maddie to school, but then I got high. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh, I gotta laugh.
We had a super great time. She got ready super fast. We left super early. I offered her McDonald's multiple times, but she refused. So she asked to be dropped off early. And so he did.
Does she ever go to school and does she ever ask to go? Because sometimes kids don't want to go to school, period. Is it normal for her to ask to be dropped off early?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay.
She's asked me multiple times to ask her to drop her off early. She wants to meet up with her friends, or she wants to get there earlier and earlier just to meet up with her friends.
But you still drop her off at the school?
Yes.
Okay.
She wants to go earlier and earlier to get away from you, Jen Soto and Stephan Stearns. There's no way that Maddie liked that ever, that relationship. And what's up, life artist? How you doing? Barb Murray. We're assuming the Botox was for her lips, not those lips. Yeah, who knows what that was for, but the $350 she says she couldn't afford. I'm surprised she didn't take Maddie's money and go do that. She's disgusting. She's a disgusting human being.
So she hangs out with her friends within the school?
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason I think he did not take her to school directly that morning is because she has voiced multiple times, "Hey, is Stephan taking me to school? Can you please drop me off far away?" She's embarrassed by his car. It's a Cadillac. It's not that old, but to her, it's an old hoopty. She can't be seen in it. She doesn't want to be seen in it. So she's made that comment before, "Please drop me off far away. I want to walk." But yeah, when you look at the car, to me, it looks like
she still believes him, by the way. When she's telling the story, she's still recalling Stephan's story about dropping her off by the church. She's still thinking that maybe that assault that he's been doing to her for years had nothing to do with her going missing, even though her body was not alive in the seat that morning.
I don't know. It looks old, but
Gotcha. Okay, so
right?
So
would he come here? Would you go there?
he would come here. He's only been gone for the last 2 months. So he's come here those few times.
Okay.
Yes.
What exactly is the mention? And then he had told me he was like, frustrated, I guess. I'm gonna use the word frustrated.
Okay.
But I know he's had sexual relations with
Your daughter?
people. But I'm not bothered by that. That's whatever he needs to do. But yeah.
So now she's going to, at some point, she's going to get into him having sexual relations with another woman and her not wanting to sleep with him after that. But what about her sleeping with, or I'm sorry, him sleeping with Maddie? Well, assaulting her, I'm sorry, but having that type of what he's doing to Maddie and assaulting her. What about that? Now listen to her carefully when she talks about this, because she's totally grossed out. What was she? Was she the one taking the pics? I do not think so. I think it was the tripod and selfies. They didn't find her in any pictures as far as I know. All right.
Okay. Well, obviously there's a little bit of, actually, I don't want to get to that yet. Who drives your car? Is it-
Primarily me.
Okay.
On Monday night, he drove my car.
Monday night when?
After we went to bed, after the cops had been called and all that, he took my car and decided to drive around to see if he could keep searching for her, looking for her, seeing if there was anything.
What time was that, you remember?
I don't know. I know he took my car and left because when I got into the front seat of the car had been adjusted. And he's like, remember I said I was gonna go out? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You did tell me that you were gonna go out. I just don't remember. He never told me what time or anything. But he did mention earlier Monday, I'm gonna drive around. I can't just sit at home. I need to be looking for her. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
You remember if that was in the evening or
I
like
don't.
sometime before midnight, after midnight?
Oh, before midnight.
Okay.
I go to bed. Well, that's Monday night. Not sure what time I went to bed Monday night. I want to say before midnight because I have to take my meds and I have to go to sleep. They only work if I take them the right way, my meds. So I have to follow a strict routine with them.
She has a strict routine with her meds, but not her daughter.
I'm going to say it was before midnight.
Okay, and then when you got into your car, when you didn't notice that the car was, or the seat was back?
Yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, whenever we got kicked out of the house, whenever they told us we couldn't go back in, forensics was coming.
Now, you guys, thank you so much for hanging in here. We've had about 520 people in chat. We have 497. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're going to hear Jen yet again, but they're going to bring the pictures in and show her Maddie's close-up face, giving Stephan Stearns a BJ. Thank you for the $4.99 super sticker, Marcy. And thank you guys for being here. You could be anywhere else. And I know that you have lots of options on the YouTube in the YouTube world. So I appreciate you for being here, supporting the channel, sharing, liking, and watching all of my stuff. Please do subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you, Life Artist. Appreciate you. Grizzly True Crime. I appreciate the heck out of you. Grizzly is amazing. I want you guys to know that. She's a class act, y'all. So, I mean, she provided this audio specifically for content creators. I love her.
Yeah, I got into the car and I was like, oh, the seat's adjusted. I'm like, did you get in it? He's like, yeah, I took a drive last night, remember? I'm like, oh yeah, you did. You told me that.
So Monday night, did you ever come here to the sheriff's office Monday night?
No.
No? Okay. Did Stephan come here
I don't think so.
that you know of? Okay. Do you know? Were they talked to here or?
No, they were talked at place of business originally where they did the report. And then we have been in contact with her at her apartment, but that was after the initial report was made.
That was last night.
Yes. Yesterday, the other detective, Frank, responded around 10 o'clock in the morning and started looking at the school. I'm not sure when the initial contact was made with her. I want to say it was like around 11 or 12, right? At your apartment. And we've been in contact with her since then.
Okay. All right. Now, I understand that a detective recently showed you some pictures of not so pleasant things. Okay. What was discussed at that point?
They asked me if I recognized the penis. In one image, I didn't. In the other image, not that I recognized the penis exactly, but I recognized the things around the penis. And
Like what, clothing or?
clothing and like a pillowcase
Okay.
that was like underneath the penis in the picture. So I recognized that.
Did he explain to you where those images came from?
You said Stephan's phone?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stephan's
Did
phone.
he explain to you the content of those pictures?
In case you all didn't know, yes, Jen, it happened. It really did happen. Those aren't AI photos of your daughter and Stephen Stearns. It came from Stephen Stearns' Google, iCloud, phone. Here you go, Teresa Williams in 5 seconds.
I'm not sure. Just explain that they were in his phone, that there's evidence that they've been sexually active or doing things. That's
What's Stephan's relationship with? What's their relationship like?
I was gonna say really good, super great. He's always been super sweet and kind to her, very accepting, warming, understanding.
After seeing the pictures, Stephen Stearns, she's still going to say has been very great. Not good, not okay, been very great to Maddie. Very accepting of her. What? Now listen to how she puts her daughter down.
Of her because she's got ADHD, so she's kind of a little, I'll say abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense like she doesn't act like every other kid, but you have to have extra patience and understanding for her.
For her?
And he does that really well.
And she's all right, from what I understand.
She just turned.
Just when she's around Stephan, does she act any different?
No, she's happy. She's like, hey, how are you? But she doesn't act any differently or weird around him.
There's no really easy way to ask this, but do you think it's possible that Stephan and her are having a sexual relationship?
Before those images, I would have said absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're telling me that on the other side of that penis that they showed me was her with her mouth, then there's nothing else I can believe. That has to be true. But before that evidence, I would have said no.
Has Stephan always been like, when you guys communicate and talk, or have you ever caught him in any kind of lies or not being truthful or anything like that?
No.
So he's been honest about everything, as far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to question. If I've had questions, I've had answers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was never. I never suspected anything. No.
How long have you lived in Kissimmee?
I lived in that house on and off since 11 months old.
Okay, so
Maddie.
where else did you live other than that?
For a little while, I moved into my mother's house during COVID.
Mm-hmm. Where did she live?
In Hunters Creek.
Okay.
And then during COVID, it was another situation where he got promised the job down there and it didn't happen. We moved down there, got an apartment, and lived there for somewhere between 6 to 8 months. And then
Moved down where?
I'm sorry, to Port Charlotte, Florida,
Okay.
which is next to Sarasota County.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Charlotte County.
Mm-hmm.
We moved down to Port Charlotte during the whole COVID, where everyone was quarantining time.
Mm-hmm.
We moved during that time and stayed in Port Charlotte.
What about Stephan? How long has Stephan lived in Kissimmee?
I'll say on and off for 7 years since I.
By the way, y'all, both of my children one of them has ADD, one of them has ADHD, and they're the most beautiful children in the world. Yet I'd never say that to anybody else. Like, hey, this is Reese. She has ADHD. Oh, this is my awesome son, Christian, that has ADD. That has nothing to do with their personalities. I had to have them diagnosed for school purposes because they need to be on the plan according to school. I don't give my daughter any kind of medication for it, but she has the plan so that when she talks or she's extra hyper, that they give her fidget toys and she can draw and stuff like that. But I would never say that about my kids ever. And both of them one has ADD, one has ADHD. That has nothing to do with their personality, how beautiful, how smart, how just wonderful people they are. Just disgusting. Disgusting. It has nothing to do with anything.
Or 6 years. The first he was still staying at his parents.
Where's his parents live?
At the time they lived in Winter Garden, Florida, but now they live in Northport, Florida. That's who he lives with down there.
Oh, okay. What about family? Any other family around here?
Who, him?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think he's got distant relatives, but nobody he's ever talked to like that.
What about friends, or you guys have friends? Are all your friends in Kissimmee?
All of his friends are in Northport, Florida. He made a big group of gaming friends down there. He's got some coworkers he talks to here, but no one I've seen him hang out with lately.
Okay. What about you? Are your friends in Kissimmee, or?
Sorry. Do you mind stepping up for a second?
Yep. Give me 1 second, okay?
1 second, Jennifer. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes. I agree. It's a sorry excuse for anything, but we know Jen is a sorry excuse for a person. Never label a child. It will define them for life. Now, in school, they kind of make you do that. When my son was going to school, he's going to be 25 now. They back then, they didn't really have the diagnoses right away. So they would take his whole desk and put him outside. And that wasn't cool back then. So I had to get him diagnosed with that. But I never said, this is my son, Christian. He has ADHD and he sucks most of the time. He's abnormal and, he does unusual things. Thank you for accepting him. I never say that. Nobody I know ever says that except for Jen Soto.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a horrible potty mouth.
A potty mouth?
So also we were talking about Stephan's relationship with her, and when, like, if you aren't in the same room,
How do we communicate?
like texts.
No, we speak to each other.
Okay, so you call each other on the phone.
If she's in the same room?
No, if you guys aren't in the same room.
Oh.
Like if she's out with her friends, or you're at work, or.
Call or text, but she's really bad about responding. She'll put her phone on silent or do not disturb.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes she'll respond, sometimes she won't.
Okay.
I agree.
How do you and Stephan normally communicate?
Via Google Meet, which is the video, not FaceTime, but the video chat for Android.
Okay.
We'll video chat pretty much all day.
Okay. Does Stephan ever talk on the phone?
Yeah.
How do they do that? How do they normally communicate?
Video chat as well.
Okay.
But when she's on video chat, she's video chatting next to me and we're all part of the conversation. They never go off by themselves and have their own conversation. It's always all of us together.
Okay. Do they talk quite a bit? Do you know?
See, well, I'll say yes, because we're all in the conversation together and we stay on the phone for hours together. So yeah. But that's all of us together.
Got it. normal times of the day? I know kids sometimes are up late at night talking on the phone or anything like that. If Stefan's in Northport at home or with his parents and you guys are here and you guys are all talking, is it when normal people talk or in the early in the morning or?
After school and before bedtime.
Okay. Do you know if he has conversations with Stephan outside of your presence? Like, do they talk on the phone?
It's possible, but if I'm at home, I would know.
Now, I want you guys to know, if you don't already, but I know you do, that Stephan Stearns said that they talked on the phone all the time, him and Maddie. Not only talked on the phone, but they are on FaceTime. So a strong motive for me would be that Stephan Stearns was jealous of a new boy that Maddie maybe had a crush on, or various crushes. Remember, he was out of the picture for a solid 2 months. So in that time, Maddie was feeling better, probably looking better, getting some sleep, made student of the month, and he was out of his mind jealous. That's a strong motive for me. And Jennifer Soto was also jealous of Maddie. So they're two strong motives for me. Jealousy.
Gotcha.
Okay. She's always in my bedroom. She's hanging out in my bedroom or in her space, but I can hear her in her bedroom, or I can hear her from my bedroom. So I would know.
Okay. Now this is kind of going to get into a sensitive subject, which I apologize. But there were images on his phone of them two being involved in a relationship. Now, has she ever disclosed to you or anything like that? If anything like that has happened between them? No? Okay. Has he ever mentioned to you, like, is he into any kind of, like, does he watch porn or anything that you know of?
I'm sure he does, but
Does he watch it around you or? I know some thing, or does he do that to your phone or anything like that? Okay.
we pretty much respect each other's privacy.
What about his phone? Do you ever go through her phone at all?
Sometimes, but not as much as I should probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Because you trust her.
Yeah, I've gone through her phone before though.
Okay. Anything abnormal that you would see in her phone?
That I thought.
No.
Not that you thought, or?
No, I'm saying like
never?
if I've never seen anything.
Gotcha.
No, but I'm saying
Okay.
if you guys saw something, then I missed it.
No. I'm not saying that we have.
Okay.
No. Stephan's phone is a different story.
Just going back to the comment you made about how you know that he was sexually active with someone else.
And I found out about it later. But there was a girl he had been hanging out with, a coworker. This is about over a year ago. He started hanging out with a coworker, and I had suspicions that they were sleeping together, but I would ask, and he wouldn't confirm or say anything like that. But he didn't confirm until a few months later that, yeah, they in fact did sleep together. And I was just like, well, okay, good to know. I was just checking to see if I had slept with him after that. And like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to have sex with him after he's had sex with somebody else. So,
She didn't want to have sex with Stephan after he had sex with someone else. That's what she's concerned about. She also talks about Maddie talking on the phone. And if she talked on the phone, she said she would hear her. How about if Stephan was assaulting her? Would you hear that? Apparently not.
when he told me that, I was just checking with myself to see if that had happened, and it hadn't. So.
And this got brought up on a conversation of you asking him if he was sexually active with someone. Something on his phone, or was he texting off to the side?
No, it was a conversation that we had, and he just told me.
Was it a cordial conversation, or were you guys angry, or?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, when was the last time you guys were sexually active?
December of not December 2023, but December 2022.
Okay.
At that point, I had to.
That's what the officer said a while ago, that they saw pictures going back to 2022 of him assaulting Maddie. Now, keep in mind, it was before that. It was in 2020 and all of those years after. But 2022 was very significant. That's when Jen stopped having relations with Stephan Stearns. Instead, she sent her daughter to sleep with him so she could take care of it and they could still keep him around.
Decided that I wasn't interested in sex. I wasn't. My meds just really affected me, and I was just like, you know what? I think it took a while to figure out that it was my meds. I was trying to figure out if it was like my hormones or my body, like what was going on, but it was just my meds. We narrowed it down to that. So when I realized that what was happening, I just had to accept it, because it's either come off my meds or fix my sex drive. Well, come off my meds, fix my sex drive, or stay on my meds. I'm gonna stay on my meds. Like,
I'm gonna stay on my meds.
So yeah.
Where have you guys been staying? I know you said they kicked you out of your apartment or whatever, but while they were
right
at your apartment, where were you guys staying?
At a hotel right off the Disney property, Home Suites by Marriott or something like that, on Western Way, off of 429.
Okay. Did so you and Stephan have been together pretty much the whole time after? Have you guys always been together, or has there been times that you stay at the hotel or you work in, then him be out by himself?
When I woke up this morning, he wasn't there, and he was gone for about an hour. But he came back and he said he had gotten some Wawa, and then he got lost because he didn't have his GPS or phone on him or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So took him a while to get back to the hotel, but
So the way she talks about him is like a child. It's the same way she also talks about Maddie and says she's going to talk about she doesn't think he'd be able to get back to the hotel because he didn't take his phone and he doesn't have a GPS. Why would this grown man not take his phone with him unless he was out doing something that he didn't want to be tracked? Steve Stevenson, apparently this is fake, according to Jen Soto.
He found us eventually. I wondered that. I was just like, he left the hotel and didn't have a phone on him, didn't tell me where he went. I'm like, how is he going to find his way back? I don't think he even paid attention to how I got here because I'm the one who drove. I'm the one who knew where the hotel was. I was like, I don't know if he's going to figure it out, but he did. But he was gone for about, I want to say, an hour.
Okay. I think everything else right now.
I feel like can I see that image of?
Okay, she asks to see the picture again of
I
Maddie.
feel like, unless, I'm not going to believe it until I have confirmation, and I'm always going to have doubts unless I actually see it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to leave here today and never have an opportunity again. Like, I want to.
No, I don't mind showing you, but they are difficult things to see. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the one image.
I'm not sure which picture they showed you earlier. I don't think we might have the same pictures. We do have different pictures, but I don't know if I have the same one that the other detective showed you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you still want to look?
Yes.
They're trying to get a response from her, folks. What they're doing is going to show her a different picture. They're saying we have a different picture. We don't think it's the same. Does that make sense? In other words, there are more pictures and more pictures and more pictures. Do you want to see them? Yes. She's asked now, this is what, the fourth time or even more that she wants to see those pictures. So when someone says voyeur, yeah, does that make sense? Hello, dummy. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Let me see the picture again. But it's a different picture, but I want to see it. I want to see a picture of Stephan assaulting Maddie. Why? Why do you want to see that?
Am I gonna clearly see her face?
Yes.
And prior to
Yes.
this, have you known her to be sexually active with any boyfriends or friends?
That one right there is enough.
You saw through the picture?
I could, but you can turn around if you want.
Right?
Do you recognize anybody else that may be in that photo? I know basically it's only genitalia, but is there anything else in that photo that stands out to you?
No.
Yes.
Anything in the background?
Is this a picture of a picture? Is this a picture of a phone? Like, is this background
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let me see. Nothing I recognize in the background, no. There's not much space. Okay.
If you don't mind asking, who keeps calling?
Everyone, the news,
Family and everything?
my family, they're all trying to figure out if I was the news, because last they heard I was going to the news conference and that I was gonna watch that, but that's not what happened. So they all want an update, see where I'm at and what I'm doing and what's the latest.
Yeah,
but-
understandable.
Yeah, you can let them know that the reason it's taken so long is now this is now a Kissimmee police investigation.
Okay.
Since that's where you guys live.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this may not make sense to you, but amongst us it does. Sometimes when people call the police and then want to file a report, there's jurisdictional lines that we got to follow. Okay. So being that she was dropped off at school, that would make it Orange counties. Okay. But now we can't definitively say she was dropped off at school. We believe she was. We got to go on. We definitely know 100% that she was at home at your house on her way to school. So that's why we're involved. Okay. Does that make sense to you now? Okay. I can't think of anything else right now for her. Anything else that we may miss that?
I know that you said that Stephan was out, right, looking for her that night. Do you remember what time he came back? Like when you woke up, was Stephan home?
Probably not.
Yes.
What time did you wake up?
Can I look at my phone and tell you?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly? Because it was phone calls at one point. Let me see if I can find it. We're talking about Tuesday morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And while you were looking for the time, was there any specific reason on why he wanted to use your car instead of his?
Because he had just gotten a flat tire, so he's got a donut on one of the back wheels. And I told him not to drive the car because you can't drive very much on a donut, right? Like
Okay.
not fast and not far. So
Did
I
he
told-
explain any, like how the flat tire happened on the car, or
he was just
where
driving
he
down.
was when it?
And he was just driving down 192 and then he felt like a wobble or something weird. And then he pulled over and saw that the tire had like just shredded, just fell apart. So he pulled over into a plaza and changed the tire.
Do you know where about?
She still believes his story about the flat tire and where he got it. And Heiser family, I don't think that Maddie made it past 2-3 in the morning when the roommates heard what was going on. Although they may have talked about going to McDonald's in the morning the night before, Maddie may have wanted McDonald's. I don't think she made it past 2-3 in the morning. Honestly, it's so disheartening to hear this. We do want justice for Maddie. Jen Soto does not want justice for Maddie. In fact, she still doesn't seem to believe what's happening here, even though she's seen it with her own eyes.
He says somewhere on 182, but he doesn't know exactly where because everything looks the same to him.
In Kissimmee.
Yeah. He doesn't know what business he may have stopped at or where. But I will tell you, Stephan also has ADHD. He's also very forgetful. It's like they're both the same. They both have ADHD. They're both very forgetful. They both have time blindness, which means they lose track of time. They if they don't have a watch on them at all times, they've lost track of time. They don't know how long they've been taking. Hour or more long shower, not realizing she's been in the shower for very long.
Yes.
They're both the same in that respect. He's also on medication, which is making him super forgetful. It's an anxiety.
Is this new for him, or has he always had this?
Stephan, he's always had ADHD. I want to say that's probably the ADHD part that just it's hard to manage and control, right? It's just how you are, and it's just a lot of those little things that it was just too much for me. And I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so right now,
He doesn't remember where he got this flat tire.
And he changed it himself, he said?
yes.
Okay.
You know what their goal of this whole interview is? To find Maddie right now. They're looking for Maddie, and they will find her tomorrow from this day. Hello, I am Two Bear. Good to see you. I am headed for 18K and then right past 18K to 20. Thank you for stopping by. All right. Love you guys all in the chat. You guys are just doing awesome. You guys know about this case.
And he said he hurt himself while doing it. I think his thumb got caught in between the thing that cranks the car up and like the frame.
Mhm.
Something twisted and fell on his finger, and he said he yanked out his finger really fast and hurt himself.
So he used your car because of the flat tire. Okay. And then did you find the time?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I woke up around 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday.
And he was home.
Yes,
Was he awake, sleeping, or what was he doing?
asleep.
Of course he does.
Okay. And then do you know if at any point during any of this, like if he's showered, he's changed?
No.
Not that you have physically seen?
No, I haven't seen him shower or change.
Okay.
Recognize that phone number?
Thank you for the new members that just came in here. Welcome the new members, Raw Baby and Robin 407. Rachel Townsend gifted a membership, and now Sue gifted a membership. Now, somebody asked who found Maddie. The officers found Maddie, mostly based on that tip by a gentleman that saw Stephan Stearns changing his flat tire. Maddie was found right across the street from that. All right. And I am Two Bear. We load this woman too. We've been here for 2 hours just despising her.
No. Oh, sorry, we're almost done.
I think he showered. I'm not sure if he showered. I don't think he showered Sunday night. I think it must have been Monday morning sometime.
Monday morning?
Yeah, because there is a towel in my bathroom that's not ours, not that's hanging there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I recall him telling me he was going to take a shower, but I just don't remember when exactly.
Okay. Does anybody else use this bathroom?
Just a second.
You say you had 2 roommates.
Yeah.
What are their names?
Angelica. Do you want the last name as well?
Please. And who is the other one?
Madeline.
How long have you guys been roommates with each other?
With Angelica, almost 3 years. With Maddie, almost 2.
So I'm not sure if you guys went to the house at all.
You were there, but not outside.
Okay, so these bedrooms are numbered. So do you know which room is Angelica's?
Angelica's room is number 3.
Number 3.
And Natalie's room is number 2.
Okay. Like if you actually physically are there, each door has a number.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And do you guys rent to a separate landlord?
I do have time to play Paul's song. Hopefully it plays, sweetie, Rookahire. I don't know what my media player's been doing, but I'm going to try to get it to play. If it doesn't, I will upload it to my Facebook and play it tomorrow, okay? So thank you. Paul wrote a song for Maddie, and it's called No More Fears. So let's see if we can get that to play at the end of this, y'all. And hopefully Paul's here still.
Or like just someone own that specific unit? Okay.
I gotta tell it.
And then he rents out rooms. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh.
How did you meet them? Who are they in relation to you?
Natalie Rosero, I've known her since my sister was in middle school. They're middle school best friends. So we've known her, I'd say more than half her life now, 20 plus years. Angelica, I met her on Facebook Marketplace almost 3 years ago when she rented.
Looking for a place to
Looking
live.
for a place, yeah.
How old is Angelica?
Thirty-one, 32.
Okay, so they're both a little older.
Yeah, and Natalie's.
Whoa, 31 is not
Oh,
old, okay?
36. Sorry.
Natalie is 33, I think.
Okay.
Since you mentioned Facebook Marketplace, social media.
She's got a Instagram.
Okay. Do you happen to know her Instagram name?
Yeah.
Or if you can pull up her page, that'd be great. Do you mind if I take a picture of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
What about Stephan? Does he have social media?
I think, I'm not sure I don't think he's got, does he? Yes, so he's got Facebook, he's got an Instagram, and he's got a Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly Discord as well, which is like a chat
Mm-hmm.
app.
Do you have his Instagram that you can show me? And what about his Facebook?
What's happened to Steph? Actually, can you guys update me on what's happening with Stephan at this point?
So we're like you said, we're gonna get all the same.
Again, y'all, she's worried about Stephan. Update me again. What happened to Stephan? Why doesn't she say update me where he is so I can go rip his whatever? Just keep that in mind, y'all. She's worried about what's happening with Stephan. We know he gets arrested that day and they put him in that clown suit. The bag, the potato bag. Attack of the Killer Potatoes. I love it.
Same information that Orange County got from you. So that right now we're kind of starting at the bottom and working our way up.
We're gonna go talk to him now.
Yep.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just so we know a little bit more about, I know you mentioned something about gaming, or is that like one of his things to do? Gaming? What is he into?
He's into.
Like, what does he do on a daily basis? Obviously, he lives in North Florida. What's he into?
So, one thing. Another thing Stephan's got mental health wise is insomnia. He doesn't sleep well, and he's got also sleep apnea. So when he sleeps, he stops breathing and doesn't get good rest. His brain is always telling him to wake up and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always constantly being woken up. He doesn't get good sleep. Because of this, he spends the majority of his day sleeping, just trying to get some rest, but it's a stupid cycle with sleep apnea.
Who cares?
So he'll spend the majority of his day sleeping. When he does wake up, he'll play a game called World of Warcraft. It's a video game. Or he'll meet up with his friends and play tabletop gamings, like like battle, like they battle each other with little game with little
Is it
toys.
cards or?
Not toys, they're little miniature
Who cares what Stephan Stearns is playing, how he sleeps, if he doesn't wake up? We don't care.
figures.
Okay.
It's called Warhammer 40K. It's just a tabletop tournament game. Like you're a weird race, you're a weird race of creature, and we're going to war with each other.
Okay.
So they're just trying to kill each other.
Battle each other. Or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
That's pretty much what he's into. Also, he collects Tamagotchis and Digimons.
Right.
I don't know if you guys remember Tamagotchis from back in the day,
Mhm.
little creatures we
One thing
used
you
to
gotta
take
keep
care of.
alive.
Yeah. He has a bunch of those. I want to say that's right now. Those are his current hobbies.
And since you've known him for his triggers, like are there certain things that he gets upset about easily if you do or say, or I mean,
I know I can be a nag sometimes. And if I keep nagging, he'll get a little irritated.
Did she forget that his dad, Stephan Stearns, has been assaulting her daughter for 5 years now, and graphic pictures that she just saw? Darlene Wolf says, Jay, breathe. I know how you feel. Yes, I'm very, very, very upset about this. Unbelievable. Guilty of crime. Could you please make a point that Maddie and supposedly Stephan Stearns asked to sleep with Jen Soto that night? If Stephan Stearns really asked, then it likely wasn't planned. If not, it was just Maddie and Jen lied. And at this point, I don't know, because she's telling us about Stephan Stearns and what he likes. She's getting an update on Stephan Stearns. She's not asking, where are you going next to find my daughter? What's been found? Where have we looked? What's happening? She's talking about Stephan Stearns. This is a critical moment in Maddie's search.
But I can't say I know what. I don't think he's got triggers.
have you ever experienced him outlash like to the extreme on anybody? You, any of his family, or does he ever hit you or just
no.
at all?
Oh no, never. I'll say he does have like a little bit of a temper, but it's not anything I've ever been afraid of or been like, oh my God, he's gonna hit me, or oh my God, he's never like that.
Have you guys any disagreements recently?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we're gonna go talk to Stephan a little bit to see if he can maybe give a little bit more insight of what happened that day after he dropped her off.
Is he being placed under arrest because of those pictures?
Yeah, we haven't made that determination yet, but
Press charges since she's a juvenile.
No fucking idea. I didn't think it was in my power. I thought you guys just automatically did it.
What do you think should happen to him for these pictures?
It's crazy. Like I saw the pictures, but I'm still in denial because like there's a penis there,
Mm-hmm.
but is he visual? Does he show up in any of the pictures? Is there? I mean, I don't know who.
All right, y'all. Trigger warning. And also, Stella's about to give some membership. So show some love, everybody, because we need to breathe right now. Here it comes. Thank you, Stella. We can't wait. Make sure you're gifting memberships. You opt in for that. Why? Why is she? Yeah, really, Jen? Jen Soto is guilty, in my opinion, no matter what anybody says. unbelievable that she doesn't still want to believe it. She's asking if Stephan Stern's penis is, if it's just a penis or is he in the pictures? No.
I haven't seen all of the pictures, so I can't answer that.
Because I can't.
Whether it's his penis or not, are you comfortable with him having content of someone else's penis on his phone?
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
No.
Yeah. All right. You ever talked about her being sexually active with anybody?
I hadn't even. Me assuming she had never been sexually active, I hadn't brought it up.
Has she ever had boyfriends in the past, or?
No, she's not allowed to date.
Okay. How does that make her feel? I know some teenagers want to have a boyfriend. And...
Yeah, I think she was okay with it. She never complained and said, "You want to date this person, whatever." For a little while, she's like, "Someone, can they be my girlfriend or can they be my boyfriend?" And I'm just, I don't know if it was a boy or girl. And I said, "I think you're a little too young for that. Let's just wait till you're older. Wait till you're older." And she was like, okay with that. Yeah, I know she recently had a crush on a boy, but.
Has she ever had boys at the house?
No.
Have you ever had anybody at your house, any male friends at your house?
Not in years.
What about your roommates?
My roommate has a son who's 11 or 12.
Yes.
But he's darker skin complexion. I don't think that would be his penis.
Do your roommates have boyfriends?
Not that I know of. I don't think they do.
Would there be any reason with if they have boyfriends with any other male?
With any other male? No.
So what do you think should happen to Stephan?
I'm afraid to say press charges, but what else?
What? Press charges? Yes.
There's a side of me that wants to say he's innocent, that this isn't happened, but who else's penis could that be? She's not left alone with anyone else.
And why would they be on his phone?
Yeah, why would they be on his phone exactly? I don't know what to do.
Okay, we can revisit that. Because after we're done talking to him, I'll probably come back and talk to you for a little bit. Just
Death penalty, Jen Soto. And I wonder if they do bring him back to talk to Jen, folks. The officer just said he will bring Stephan back to talk to Jen. If they did that, we're gonna get an audio of that. Yeah, when Jen says penis, right? We're gonna get an audio if that happens, and then we're gonna hear him trying to explain to Jen what happened, and then we're gonna hear her reaction. So I hope that does happen, and I hope that they did. Well, they did record it. I hope they release it.
give you an update and stuff like that, okay?
Can I make one decision now and change my mind later?
What?
If I decide not to press charges now, could I change my mind and press charges later?
It's a lot to digest. Okay, so I don't want to make you answer that right now, you know. But when we come back, we'll talk more about it. Okay, when I come back.
Let's take some time to process everything.
Because you're going through a lot right now.
What?
But right now, I mean, in my eyes, it sounds bad, but almost secondary because we want to then worry about this afterwards. She's our main focus.
That's where I'm at. I know that the sexual acts happened, but I'm not convinced that he didn't take her to school. I'm not convinced that he's the reason she's gone. Because if this had been going on for so long, what's the motive? Why Monday? Why that day? Why the day after her birthday when we were supposed to spend the entire week together and have such a great time? Like we had plans. Like we knew we were just gonna be together that week and we were gonna have a good time. So I just can't think like why.
When you say what's the motive, what are you assuming?
That she was taken. Not that anyone that I know has done something to her, because I feel like nobody I know would do something to her, would hurt her, would murder her, anything like that. I feel like, shoot. I just wonder if we're, like, I know the sexual acts happen, but I wonder if that's just completely separate to her actually going missing and just don't know. I don't know what to think.
You don't think Stephan has anything to do with her going missing?
I don't feel like he would. Why?
I'm just asking.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out like what would be the reason. Where would he take her? There's nowhere I can think that he could take her that I hadn't heard of or known about or would be familiar with, because if not I would tell you, shoot, okay, she could be here, she could be here, she could be here. There's nowhere I can think of.
Who does he know that lives in St. Cloud?
St. Cloud. There
You
it
know where
is.
St. Cloud is.
I do know where St. Cloud is. Does he know anyone in St. Cloud?
Him or you?
I know people in St. Cloud.
Where? Where do they live?
I haven't seen him in a long while though. But one person lives close to Harmony.
Okay.
So driving all the way down St. Cloud, passing St. Cloud a little bit.
Mhm.
One person lives in St. Cloud, like off the Old Canoe Creek Road.
Okay.
Anyone he knows, I can't think of anyone that he would know.
Has
I know-
Stephan ever went with you to visit any of your friends in St. Cloud?
No.
So you're not sure, does he know anybody in St. Cloud?
I'm not sure if he knows anyone in St. Cloud. I know the girl he dated or was sleeping with. I guess that's technically Kissimmee off of Michigan. That's technically Kissimmee. So now it's in St. Cloud.
Let me ask you this. Now I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth. Why would his car be in St. Cloud Monday?
I know he was going to a bunch of gaming stores, video game stores. Maybe not video game stores, but like board game store, like where he can buy little miniatures and stuff. He also plays a card game also. I think he was looking for cards that day. A card game called Dorcana. I know he headed up, and I think he told me the shops were off of 192 somewhere. I'm not sure how far they were. I don't know if they were in St. Cloud, but I know he headed in that direction Monday while I was at the doctor's appointment. Or no, just kidding. After.
Okay.
Just kidding.
When's the last time you've been in your car in St. Cloud?
Me? It's like right now.
While you look for that, did anybody else drive your car while you guys were looking other than Stephan?
No. The last time I was in St. Cloud was February 7th. I had a doctor's appointment over there.
Okay. Who would have been driving your car between Monday and now? Other than you?
Stephan.
Okay. 3 o'clock in the morning?
If he says he was out driving around, trying to look like.
Why would you guys go look for a little girl at 3 o'clock in the morning? And why wouldn't Jen go with him to look for her daughter at 3 o'clock in the morning? But we already know that because right now she doesn't even want to press charges on homeboy.
Think of places to look for her. Maybe.
You didn't go with him to look?
No.
Why?
Because
I
I
can
need
stay
to
home and
sleep.
take my meds and go to sleep.
All right. So just to be clear, your roommates or nobody else has access to your car other than him? Nobody has a key to your car other than him or you?
The only key they would have access to would be the spare that I keep on a hook by my bedroom door, and anyone can grab that. Would I think my roommates would go into my room and take it? No. But I think the only person that would have would be Stephan.
All right, anything else? Yes.
I'll stop for that.
Okay. All right, Ms. Jennifer, thank you so much. Once again, I apologize that you have to give the story again, but like I said, now I have to play catch up.
Am I allowed to contact anyone right now or no?
Who do you want to contact?
My sister, my mom keeps calling me, but I'm not really sure what to say at this point.
I mean, you can tell, I can't tell you what to say or what not to say. I will say that we are now taking over the investigation. So,
right?
yes, ma'am. And I'll give you my card.
Is there a case number or anything I need to?
Not yet, I don't think so. We have theirs.
Yeah.
But I don't have ours yet.
Okay.
But just because this is an open investigation, I would highly suggest not to share any information outside of this room. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. And I'll be back in a little bit.
She really is lucky that she did not get arrested for that. I mean, I can't believe this. All right, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna see if I can play that song, Paul. Let me cue it up. And where'd it go? I don't know if the player is going to play it because a lot of times it doesn't. I don't know why. So let me see if the media player works, and if it does, we'll listen to it. If it doesn't, I will upload it and play it tomorrow. All right. Let's see. Playing with the screen. Yeah, what a moron, y'all. Oh, that stressed me out, everybody. That was like a stress. I'm gonna have to go like do a lap, and I don't run. All right, let's see if you guys can hear this. Can you hear it? No? Damn. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we got Mr. Rockstar. That is a rock star, and he wrote this for Maddie. So I will upload it to my YouTube, and then we will play this. I don't know if I can upload it right this second and play it, because then I have to make you wait. I have no idea what my MP3 player doesn't want to play on here, but it will take a while for me to upload it. So I will do that, and then we'll listen to it. No sound. Yeah, I got it. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and I will do it that way. And Paul, you can hear it? Wait, what? How is Jenna say she can hear? You guys can hear me, but I can't hear it. All right. Well, Paul, we do appreciate that. I don't know why my MP3 player and my other player does not play that. All right. Nice guitar. It is very nice. Yeah. You can hear me, right? What do you mean you can't hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hit 1 if you can hear me. I know you can't hear Paul. Okay. All right. And you're welcome, Robin. No problem. I know. Yeah, I will play it tomorrow. I promise. Okay. You can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and upload that to YouTube for y'all. And then we'll play it. we'll watch it together and play it and all the good fun stuff. All right. I'm stressed out now. I'm going to go do something. I'm going to go give my daughter a hug. I appreciate you all. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button on the way out. Please know that we are going to see this through and get complete and utter justice. Paul, I love you. Thank you. I'm going to upload that and then we're going to play it through there. I appreciate you all so very much for being here for 2.5 hours. I need to go hug my daughter because this is, time to chill. You said that right. I love you all. See you then tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?